Good evening, everyone. This is Anka Metcalf with TradeOutLoud.com, and I'm here to bring you the swing trading watch list for the week starting with March 6th, 2017. We have quite an impressive list that we will be watching throughout this week, and we're also monitoring the future indices. As of tonight, we had a pretty considerable red bar, and right now the price is literally sandwiched between support resistance on the daily chart, so it's a very tough area to call for an early trade as of tomorrow. So here's what I'm seeing in the market for next week. So first we're going to start with the daily chart of the Qs. So the Qs had a mild green day on Friday with an extensive move to the upside, and we have minor resistance that is coming in at 120. We have another layer of minor support that is coming in at 121. We have another layer of minor support that is coming in at 126, and we have the last layer of support that is actually coming in at 129 and change. If we're going to get a pullback into this 129, 129.50, this might be an area of correction in a very strong news-driven market. And let's not forget that in March, we will be expecting most probably a rate hike from the FOMC meeting in a couple of weeks. And so far, we're looking very extensive to the upside. So we don't have a chance of pulling back. Whether or not we're going to get a rate hike or not. But if we get a rate hike, I think that we're going to see a further rally in the financials. And there's actually one stock within the financials, actually two stocks, two financial stocks that I'm watching right now for this week to probably leg in early. All right, so the story for next week is that as long as we maintain this support level at 130.50, and if we break above 131.50, let's say into tomorrow, we can have room for more upside all the way into 134. If we break below 130.50, we have chance of retracing back to 129.50 and into 129.39. So let's take a look at the spiders, the S&P 500 ETF that was a little bit moderately bearish into Friday's trading session. So we did trigger this sell off this prior support area at 138, and the price came in from this gap up. So we're going to see if on Monday we're going to get a continuation into this minor support area at 237.28. Actually, this would be considered another alternate buy area, but when we look at the overall chart, we see that the price is pretty extended from any kind of support resistance area and also from these moving averages. So the price may come in a little more in the S&P 500 and also into the Qs. Now let's take a look at our some of the names for next week. And first I'm going to start with some of my favorites, which are AZN, and this is AstraZeneca. And the daily chart looks very bullish. Remember, keep in mind, this is an ADR. So a breakout over this 29.85 area, $30 area has the potential for more run into, for a larger run into the upside into $31.50. That's going to be the next, actually the first target. And that's also going to be a line in the sand because we do have a lot of resistance at that point that is coming from the weekly chart. If we break above this area, we can continue higher with targets into $33, $34 and change. So AstraZeneca looks good for next week. Another chart that we're watching is IP. IP, very strong chart, especially on the hourly chart and also onto the weekly chart. And a clear of this congestion area at 54.50 can unleash more upside, taking price all the way into these prior highs that were set into 158.86, which are actually all-time highs for this stock. Definitely a very interesting stock. The parameters of this trade, however, are not very well defined, so we're going to watch it throughout the week for a more precise entry. FITB, okay. All right. And this is Fifth Third Bank, has a very interesting scenario on the daily chart. $27 and actually a break over $28 can bring more upside into $29, $30, and $31 for a continuation higher. So I will continue to watch FITB for tomorrow over this $30 area as it looks very interesting. The one thing that I'm a little leery about calling the trade right now is the fact that we had a solid move up, a breakout that occurred on March 1st last week that took the stock to new all-time highs, and then we had a 180 reversal and a continuation of the reversal into this very bullish base at 27.50. But other than that, we will watch this for a potential move higher. Again, it's very early right now. We will have to wait for Monday when we will make these calls. Another stock that we're watching is Expedia. And Expedia has been basing on the daily chart for a very long time, for a couple of weeks. And a breakout over $121, $121 and change can bring more upside into 125, 127.50, 130, and 133. 132, and even this all-time high, which is going to be the target, the last target at 133.50. The next stock that is on my watch list is ATVI, with a bull sandwich situated at this all-time high at $47, and it has a projection for $50. So if we break above 47.37, we have room to continue higher, and we can possibly cheat with a tighter stop, putting the stop at approximate 46 and change level. An interesting stock is Tesla, the way it is trading right now, and it performed a pullback on the daily chart. We have support set at 242.02, and we have resistance at 255. So any break above 255 can bring more buyers to the game back into these prior highs. LTYA is another stock that is on our list, and it has an interesting correction into a major support area, minor as well, and a correction and a trigger above $35 can bring the price back up to $36 and $37. And here's the financial that I was mentioning. The first one was FITB, and that is Fifth Third Bank, and this is Citi. So Citigroup is very interesting right here. That's trying to digest these highs, did not have a major pullback, and it's really into this congestion area. It triggered a monthly buy, which makes it very bullish on the monthly chart that can actually extend the bullish environment onto these smaller swing time frames, ready for a new projection higher, and the immediate target is going to be into the $64, $65, and $66. Another stock that has been on our list, and we actually captured a very nice move in Microsoft, but it's still continuing to form this very tight congestion here. We trailed out at 64, but I think that if it should move back higher into the 65, we will look for another possible buy, but over 65. Projections into 67, so it looks very good for another potential swing long. Here's another stock that is very interesting, and we had a call in FOXA, and we called it above $31 for a possible long. We had a stop into the under the 29.90 area, and the stock kept on meandering within this price range for quite some time, for a few trading sessions, 2 to 3 weeks, right here, meandering below the $31 area. $30 still looks like a consistent support area for it, and still going to be on our list. So if it should trade above $31, it has definite room to continue higher. However, keep in mind we had a call on FOXA for 2 weeks. It did not trigger. We canceled the trade. And remember, we usually cancel the trades about 2 to 3 days after the post, we look for alternate entries in case they don't trigger at the precise time. Starbucks, very interesting pullback into the $57, creating support at $56.50. A trigger over the $57.40 area can unleash more buying and can possibly move price into the top of this range, $57.80, and all the way into $59. So this is going to be on our watch list again. And right now I'm just trying to communicate some of the thoughts, some of the stocks that are on my radar for this week. Another stock that is pretty interesting is also General Motors. General Motors is topping out right here. We have some multi-highs on the weekly chart and the daily chart as well. You could see this area, 38 area for the high. A break above this area can bring a lot of buying power, and the price can swing all the way to $40. And there's a target on it of $41.50 as well. So GM very strong. RY RY very strong as well. I like the small congestion with support at 72.68, resistance at 73.64. A break above this area, actually a break above $74 can bring the price back up to $76. And $76 is not only this yearly high, but it has not challenged this high since 2014. So we might get a break above this $76 area as well. And this is Royal Bank of Montreal. WMB is another one on our watch list, and it actually looks better on the weekly chart than it does onto the daily chart. So I'm flipping a little bit to the weekly chart. A break of $30 and with a stop $27.50. This is more of a core trade, so this is more we will look to keep this stock for a little longer period of time with a profit target set into $32.50, $35, and all the way into the $40 area. So it looks very good. And because we're talking about core trades, I just want to bring to your attention 3 other stocks that I'm watching right now. One of them is KMI. And this is Kinder Morgan. We're still in this trade from last year. It is a core trade, and a breakout over $23 can unleash more buying power and take it back to $30. We have another support area that has been developed here at $21. A trigger for this core is going to be $22. So very tight stop for a possible core that can take the price back into the 23, 25, 27, 50, 30 area. Within the same lines, FCX is a very interesting core because we're on the same page here. We have a double bottom into an area of minor support, $13, and we're looking for an aggressive buy off this $13 area, but we need more confirmation in order to do that. Not a call yet, but I love the $13 area to push the price back into the $16. Last but not least, CVX. unique play, CVX. A lot of relative strength in this stock. It had a beautiful ascent in 2016, and I think that 2017, if we hold this area and if we break above 114.70, that's going to be the breakout area. The price can continue back into the 120, and for the year into 130 and 135. Back to swing trading, a few more trading ideas and few more stocks that are on our radar. One of them is MET with a very bull sandwich that is happening and a very bullish Friday. And that is happening on the weekly chart and also on the daily chart. So the price just escaped this resistance at 54.25. Can unleash more buying power to $56 and $58. So MET looks terrific for next week, and some of the pharmaceuticals and some of the sector in general still looks very, very bullish. UAL is another stock on our radar with a big breakout over $76 and change. This can bring a potential target into the 80s and upper 80 area, so very, very strong. Verizon. Verizon is on the verge of changing and flipping again trends. So we had a low at $46, beautiful ascent, come back, established support at $47.80, pushed higher, came back down to form support $49, and now we're getting a little breakout over $50, and this is such a psychological level with profit target set into $51, $52, $53, and all the way into $55. So that was Verizon. ABX, interesting, very interesting daily, with support at $17.80 and a possible break over $18.50 can send the price back up into $20.79. For short ideas, only one. Comcast, CMCSA. What I'm seeing in Comcast, I'm going to bring the weekly chart, and here's support level $37, and if we break this $37.23, $37.10. This is going to be the area, the cushion area. We can come in pretty strong all the way into $34 and change. This is the only short stock that we have on our list. And with that in mind, and on that note, I wish you all have a very profitable trading week. For those that are following my trade alerts, keep in mind that as soon as we're getting any kind of price action on Monday and the stocks that we're watching, we will deliver the entries, the stops, the targets, and also we will deliver our management. The way we manage them, we will be sending you our management ideas. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week with more trade ideas.